What up, though? What up, though? It's the one and only Akil, aka Intelligent Rebel with Metal, aiming at devils on all. Yeah, you already know what it is. Welcome to another episode of Coming Through in the Clutch, brought to you by Headliner News. We got headlines and punchlines. Follow us at Headliner News on all social media platforms. Yeah, that's it. At Headliner News. Follow us, all social media platforms. All right. Look here, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get started, allow us here at Coming Through in the Clutch to give our condolences to those whose lives have been lost as a result of the wildfires that are happening in LA and the surrounding areas. To those who have lost their lives, rest and power. To those who are grieving, we here Coming Through in the Clutch we send our heartfelt and deepest condolences. We know that you are going through a difficult time right now. To the celebrities who have been negatively impacted by the wildfires that are happening in the Los Angeles area and surrounding areas, that's what you get for going to Diddy parties. Yeah, no sympathy for you. I have all the sympathy for the real people who are going through it, the real people who are negatively impacted by these wildfires. You celebrities, yeah, that's what you get for partying with Diddy. Oh well. Now, let's talk about what we're going to talk about in today's show. So, we talking the NFL because it was wild card weekend. It ain't no more. We going to talk about it. Also, we're going to talk about Black Monday, which was last week, but we didn't get to that. So, we're going to talk about Black Monday this week. We're going to talk about the NCAA Men's Football Championship. It is down to two teams. Well, no, that's four. Two teams remain. We're going to talk about the NBA. We're going to go over some standings. I have my Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards. Yeah, stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw, which happened last night, because today is Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. We have our sponsors, and we're just going to go over a quick recap. All right? So, let's get to the NFL, or as I like to call it, the Niggas Felice Program. Wild Card Weekend was this past weekend, and let me go over a couple of scores and just give you a maybe one or two sentence overview of the matchup. Los Angeles Chargers, they fell victim to the Houston Texans 32-12. Chargers didn't show up. Yeah, Herbert fucked up. Pittsburgh did not show up against Baltimore because Baltimore won 28-14. Real quick, for those fans out there in Pittsburgh who want Mike Tomlin gone, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Y'all been trying to run that black man out of Pittsburgh for the longest. Shut the fuck up. You motherfuckers acting like, you know what I'm saying, you didn't, man, look here. I'm gonna need y'all to shut the fuck up trying to get Mike Tomlin out of Pittsburgh. All right? The man has not had a losing season. He's been in the playoffs every single year that he's coached. I understand 6 straight losses. I understand that. But let's keep it real. The man hasn't had a true franchise quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger. Let's just keep that real. That's not on him. That's on the damn ownership, general managers. All right? Last year, for example, with injuries, no quarterback, still managed to make the freak. They weren't supposed to make the playoffs last year, but his always trying to run the black man out. They want to run that black man out of town. I swear, you run that black man out of Pittsburgh, you're going to be sorry. Matter of fact, no, as a matter of fact, hey, owners, Pittsburgh owners, I forgot who your names are. As a matter of fact, check this out. Fire Mike Tomlin so Jerry Jones can hire him. So my Cowboys can hire him because we don't have a coach right now. Get to that a little bit later. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you want to listen to those fans that want to get rid of Mike Tomlin, get rid of him so he can come right on over to my squad and we can win a Super Bowl finally. Pittsburgh fans that want Mike Tomlin gone, shut the fuck up. The Buffalo Bills beat the living bejeebus out the Denver Broncos 31-7. However, the score is a little deceptive because it was a one-possession game. It was like 10-7 up until the third quarter. Denver couldn't do shit. If they could have mustered up any type of offense, anything, it would have been a different story, but they didn't. And Buffalo just put an ass whooping on them. The Philadelphia Eagles went on ahead and handled business against the Green Bay Packers. Hey, Green Bay, it wasn't your year. It's not your year this year. The Washington Commanders and more than likely Offensive Rookie of the Year and Rookie of the Year, period, Jalen Daniels, defeated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 23-20, which was, in my opinion, the best game of all of Wild Card Weekend. And hey, Baker Mayfield, look here. He's an arrogant cat. He's a cocky cat. He's been that way ever since Oklahoma. He's a tough cat. He comes through at times. He doesn't come through at times. That game against Washington, the fumble is what lost the game. I don't know if the handoff was supposed to go to the jet motion back or if it was supposed to go to the running back. I don't know, but there was miscommunication and there was a fumble. And when Washington recovered, Tampa didn't get back on the damn field. Baker didn't see the field again. I'm just saying. Oh, but that was a damn good game. And finally, the Los Angeles Rams pretty much just had a joint practice session with the Minnesota Vikings, and it was just scored. And the score was 27-9. Sam Darnold, Minnesota Vikings quarterback, yeah, he was fucking up. But the offensive line was fucking up. They gave up 9 sacks. However, at least 4 of those sacks was quarterback's fault for holding on to the ball too damn long. All right? You can't be doing that. You can't. At any rate, let's go ahead and we're going to look at the schedule for next week, which would be what? Divisional week, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, baby. Divisional week. I'm loving it. So, check this out. We got, on Saturday, we got the Houston Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It's about damn time we seen the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. We ain't seen them in a fortnight. But they will finally take the field. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. They are looking for a three-peat, a feat which has not been done in, I don't think, ever. Nope, not a three-peat. There's been back-to-backs, but not a three-peat. There's been 3 out of 5, but not a three-peat. We'll see what's going to happen, baby. Then you got the aforementioned Jalen Daniels, the Washington Commanders. They will be in Detroit. What up, though, to face those Lions? Look here. Lions, they've had rest. They got time to game plan. They're at home. The road to the Super Bowl goes through Detroit. That is the plan. Handle business, Detroit. Handle business. The Los Angeles Rams face the Philadelphia Eagles. I want the Philadelphia Eagles to lose because, again, there's a man on the plantation who's an Eagles fan. and I don't want them to win anymore, and I just want to throw it in his face. And then you got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills, which I think will be the game of the weekend. Let me give you my picks. I'm going to go Kansas City. Kansas City is actually favored at -8, and the over/under is at 42. I take the -8. I take the -8. I say Kansas City wins by 10 points. They're going to win, let's just say 35-25. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City 35, Houston 25. I'm going to pick the Detroit Lions over the Washington Commanders. Detroit is favored by 9.5, right? I don't think Detroit is going to win by 9 points. I actually think they're going to win by maybe a field goal or so. You know what I'm saying? The over-under, though, is 55.5. I'll take the over. I'm going to take the over. I'm not taking the points. I'm taking the over, but I'm picking Detroit. Let's see here. Rams, Eagles. Do I pick with my heart or do I pick with my raw, unfiltered hatred for the Philadelphia Eagles? I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles. I know. Fuck y'all. I know. I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles. Although if the LA Rams won, I would be very, very happy. Shout out to Matt Stafford, former Detroit Lions quarterback. Yeah. And then Baltimore, Buffalo, in Buffalo. I'm hoping, I'm going to check the weather. I'm hoping it's a very snowy game. I'm hoping it's real snowy. It's cold, snowy, wind, and all that. I'm going Baltimore. Baltimore is favored. -1. They're favored by a point. I'm picking Baltimore because when it comes to the weather, the running game is important, and there's not a more potent run game remaining in the playoffs than the combination of Lamar Jackson and King Derrick Henry. There's not a more potent running threat remaining in the playoffs. So I'm going to pick Baltimore for that reason, because when it comes to the element, you need that run game. You need a strong defense. And Baltimore, I'm going Baltimore. I'm going to go Baltimore 28, Buffalo Bills 25. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So again, I'm going to go Kansas City, Detroit, what up, though? Philly, reluctantly, and the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, by the way, these games are Saturday and Sunday on ABC, Fox, NBC, and CBS. Now, let's talk about Black Monday, ladies and gentlemen. So Black Monday, for those of you that do not know, Black Monday is the Monday after the Sunday, after the last Sunday of the NFL season. Usually on Black Monday, coaches get fired, GMs get fired, people lose their jobs, okay? Like for example, these are the teams right now. There are, if I'm not mistaken, 6 teams right now who do not have a head coach. Top of the list, my Dallas Cowboys. Yes, Jerry Jones dragged his damn feet. Jerry Jones, the owner, general manager, head coach, blah, 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 blah. He decided to fire Mike McCarthy. Okay, but you waited a little bit too late, right? You got to find another head coach. That head coach got to find a coaching staff. Man, I swear to black Jesus, A transition is coming. I promise you, Cowboy fans, a transition is coming. Transition is coming, right? Dallas Cowboys without a head coach. Chicago Bears, New York Jets, Jacksonville Jaguars, New Orleans Saints, Las Vegas Raiders, right? The Las Vegas Raiders, they fired Antonio Pierce. By the way, black coaches did not have a good day on Black Monday because Antonio Pierce fired after one season. Keep in mind, Antonio Pierce, former linebacker, and if I am not mistaken, Super Bowl champion, two-time New York Giants, right? They beat the New England Patriots, He was the interim coach last year. The locker room loved him. They signed him to definitely a multi-year contract. It wasn't a one-year contract. They signed him to a multi-year contract just to fire the brother after one damn season. Just to fire the brother after one season. Now, true, brother gonna get paid. Mr. Pierce is going to get paid. But you fire that brother after one season? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, the New England Patriots. Gerard Mayo, right? Former New England Patriot, and I believe Super Bowl winning New England Patriot, Gerard Mayo. Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, hired Gerard Mayo last year when the man he wanted, which was Mike Vrabel, former New England Patriot linebacker, Super Bowl winning linebacker, and Tennessee Titan head coach Mike Vrabel, who is the current head coach who was just hired, he was available. He was available last year. But no, Robert Kraft was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and make this diversity hire right quick, knowing the team wasn't going to be shit. Then he was like, nah, I'm going to fire this nigga, and I'm just going to get the man that I want all along because I know he's been waiting in the wings. You know what I'm saying? So again, you didn't sign Mr. Mayo to a one-year contract. It was a multi-year, probably a 4 or 5 year deal or whatever the case. And you got to pay that motherfucker his money. You know what I'm saying? That upset me. Hold up. Is this? Oh, hold up. Yeah, I got notes, niggas. I got notes, right? Also, so Gerard Mayo, they're going to have to pay him his money. You know what I'm saying? To Mr. Mayo and Mr. Pierce, you know what? I want you to go into the coordinator ranks. You know what I'm saying? Be defensive coordinators. You know what I'm saying? For a minute. Everybody want to be the head coach. Like, here's the thing, like real quick. Everybody want to be the head coach, right? It ain't about always being the head coach, right? You can be the defensive coordinator, the mastermind defensive coordinator. Hell, Dick LeBeau was that for decades, nigga. You can be the mastermind offensive coordinator. You don't always have to be the head coach because guess what? That head coach, that island, woo! Also, Titans GM Rand Carthon, brother, fired, but but the coach, the head coach, Brian Callahan, who went 9-25 in 2 years, stays. But they fired the black man. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. It's Black Monday, all right, niggas. Black Monday, all right, niggas. At any rate, when it comes to those coach openings, the teams that have coach openings, I don't give a fuck about none of those teams except for the Dallas Cowboys. My Dallas Cowboys. With that being said, let me go over a list of candidates that you may or may not know. Keep in mind, this is late in the game. Typical Jerry Jones, late in the game. But we got current Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, who's going to be a hot candidate. Offensive coordinator is going to be a hot candidate. Current Detroit Lions defensive coordinator and former Houston Texans safety, if I'm not mistaken, cornerback, safety, defensive back, Aaron Glenn, right? Let's see here. Brian Flores. He was the former coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He's the defense coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. Arthur Smith, who is the former head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and he's the current offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Uh, Ron Rivera, former Carolina Panthers head coach, former Washington Commanders head coach. You might recognize Steve Spagnuolo. Now, he used to be the head coach for the Rams back in the day, right? For the St. Louis Rams back in the day. He's now currently the Chiefs defensive coordinator. Now, and then also Coach Rex Ryan, former Jets and Buffalo Bills head coach, outspoken, known for blitzing defenses and all that good stuff. So if I had a pick from any of these coaches, I mean, Steve Spagnuolo, he's a defense coordinator. I want a defensive coach. I want a defensive coach that's willing to focus on the defense and head coaching and assign an offensive coordinator who he can just have the offensive coordinator duties to, and just let the offensive coordinator handle the offense, right? As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind a Brian Flores, as a matter of fact, because he got a raw deal. He got a raw deal in Miami. He had them boys playing. I wouldn't mind a Brian Flores. I wouldn't mind an Aaron Glenn, Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. I know he hasn't been a head coach before. That's the thing that kind of... But you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a damn. Hell, Sean McVay, who's the current head coach of the Rams, he got a damn Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He was if I'm not mistaken, offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator, first time head coach. He was the youngest in the league at the time. Everybody got to get their first time at some time, right? And if Aaron Glenn, Brian Flores, Ron Rivera, any of those guys are interested, Steve Spagnuolo, any of those guys are interested, if any of those guys are interviewed, I would be happy with either one of those coaching decisions. Coaching picks. You know what I'm saying? I would be happy with any of those picks. So, yeah, man, that Black Monday is a bitch, and if you was black, Black Monday was a double bitch. So, when it comes to my Cowboys, we don't have a head coach. We got a quarterback that's making 60 mil. We got a wide receiver, one that's making 30 mil. We have a all-purpose Swiss Army knife defensive anomaly, who's going to want at least 40, at least. Don't know how you're going to build a team around that. Once again, if I was a general manager, I would trade Micah Parsons for the biggest draft load I can get. Picks, couple players, because somebody's going to pay them that money. And then you rebuild that defense. You focus on the interior. Shit, you get some linebackers, some defensive backs, focus on the offensive line. Because you don't need to draft a running back. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get to Cowboy needs, another time. But to those coaches that lost their jobs, it's a tough business. That's the way it goes sometimes. But you're going to get paid. If you want to sit back for a minute, cool. But, be a coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Be a coordinator for a minute, or be a positional coach and master that. You know what I'm saying? And have the best group of linebackers or quarterbacks or wide receivers or defensive backs in the league. It's not always about being a head coach. You dig? All right. Now, let's talk about the men's college football playoff. We started with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We started with 12? We started with 12? 12-team playoff? And now we have 2? All right. Now we have 2. The University of Notre Dame versus the Ohio State University Buckeyes. Boo! Go blue! You couldn't beat us, motherfuckers. So my thing is this. I'm just gonna pick. I really don't. I really don't like either one of these motherfuckers because. However, I want Notre Dame to win a hell of a lot more than I want the Ohio State University to win. First of all, Notre Dame has a black-ish head coach, and I always root for the black or black-ish head coaches. Ohio State does not have a black head coach. So, I'm going University of Notre Dame over the Ohio State University Buckeyes, 35-28. 35-28. Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not too invested because these guys are not there. But I do not want Ohio State to win. So let's go University of Notre Dame. Now, let's move on to the National Basketball Association, or as you all know it, the NBA. All right, so first and foremost, what I like to do is I would like to go over the top 6 teams in each conference. Then we're going to talk about those 4 play-in teams. And those 4 play-in teams, those are like the teams, those are the matchups I'm really interested in because I really don't think the top is going to change all that much. Also, one thing with the NBA, we are getting very, very, very close to the midway point, right? Right now, I believe we are, about 38, 39 games in, got about 3-4 more to go, you know what I'm saying, before it's the All-Star break, you know what I'm saying, before it's the midway point, excuse me. So the midway point, right now as it stands, in the Eastern Conference, your top 6 teams are the Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Orlando Magic, Indiana Pacers, and Milwaukee Bucks. The next 4 teams fighting for that play-in spot and fighting for the final 2 playoff spots are the Miami Heat, Detroit Pistons. Yo, what up, though? Last year, Detroit had like the worst record in the league, or like next to the worst record in the league. Now these motherfuckers are in play-in position. Shout out to Cade Cunningham and the motherfucking Detroit Pistons, nigga. What up, though? Little Caesars Arena should start filling up. Start going to the games, people. At any rate. The Atlanta Hawks. What up, though, Atlanta? And the Chicago Bulls. In the Western Conference, your top 6 teams are the Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, Memphis Grizzlies, Denver Nuggets, Dallas Mavericks, and LA Clippers. The 4 teams fighting for those final 2 spots, the Los Angeles Lakers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Sacramento Kings, and Phoenix Suns. A team I do not see in that top 10, the Golden State Warriors. Just saying. So here's my thing. Like I said, I don't think the top is going to change much in either conference. However, when it comes to these play-ins and these 4 teams battling for the final 2 spots, yo, if the Detroit Pistons and Atlanta Hawks somehow got the final 2 spots at season's end, you know what I'm saying? That'll be great. You know what I'm saying? That would be great. That'd be dope as hell. On the Western side of things, I would like for The LA Lakers, no, I would like for the Timberwolves and Phoenix Suns to get those last two playoff spots. You know what I'm saying? Again, who knows what's going to happen between now and the end of the season, but as it stands right now, right, if the playoffs started today, I would want my final two Western teams to be the Phoenix Suns and Minnesota Timberwolves. Fuck LeBron and the Lakers. Fuck the Sacramento Kings. And on the East side, fuck the Bulls and fuck the Heat. Get rid of Jimmy Butler because that motherfucker don't want to be there. And I'm pretty sure Miami don't want his ass no more. Plus, that motherfucker always been overrated to me. I ain't saying he ain't a good player, but the motherfucker's always been overrated. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, get rid of that nigga and, you know, rebuild or retool, do whatever the fuck you gotta do, but the motherfucker ain't happy. So yeah. So the top 6 teams plus the Pistons and Hawks for the East. And in the West, top 6 teams plus the Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. That's what I want. I don't know about you. That's what the fuck I want. All right? Let me know in the comments what you want. What matchups would you like to see? I don't give a fuck, really. Nah, I'm just bullshit. I really do give a fuck. But I'm going to ask you at the end of the show, just not now. With that being said, let's discuss the MVP standings. So, according to NBA.com, the Kia MVP ladder goes as follows. Number 1, Shy. Oh, shit. I bumped my shit. Hold up. Oh, I think I'm good. If I'm out of frame, fuck it. This is live. Not really, it's tape, but we ain't doing no editing around these parts, so fuck it. Shy Gildress Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder, averaging 31 points, 6 assists, 2 steals. Number 2 is Nikolai the Joker Jokic, center for the Denver Nuggets. Shy's a guard. Nikolai, 31 points, 13 rebounds, 9.7 assists, close to 10 assists. Number 3, Giannis Antetokounmpo, forward, Milwaukee Bucks, averaging 31 points, 11 rebounds, 11.8 rebounds, but you know, I like to round, so we'll go 12 rebounds and 6 assists. Number 4, in San Antonio Spurs center, Victor Wembanyama. He's averaging 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks a contest. Nigga 7'5", he should be averaging about 10 blocks. And number 5, the light-skinned assassin, Jason Tatum. He's a guard forward, right? He's a forward. Well, shooting guard, small forward, guard forward combo, 2-3, you know what I'm saying? He's averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds, and close to 6 assists at 5.5. For honorable mention, you got Karl Anthony Towns for the New York Knicks, Donovan Mitchell, Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, and some motherfucker named Alperen Sengun plays for the Houston Rockets. I don't know who the fuck that nigga is. Like, no clue who that nigga is. But real quick, I have a hot take, if you will, when it comes to Giannis Antetokounmpo. So here's my thing about Giannis Antetokounmpo. I know that he is a champion. Where's my shit at? I know that he is a champion. God dang it. I know that he is a champion. I know he is putting up big numbers. Oh shit. I had my notes here. Hold on. Where my little, oh shit. Actually, It's all good. It's all good. You know why? Because I know what the fuck I'm. Oh, damn, there we go. Right there on the back. See, I be losing my mind. So here's the thing. I think that Giannis Antetokounmpo is the most overrated NBA player out now. He is the most overrated player. And I mean overrated in the eyes of sports analysts, media, fans, etc. I believe Giannis Antetokounmpo is the most overrated player in the NBA, and I'm going to tell you why, right? When I look at basketball players, I look at basketball skill set, their physical skill set, right? It's like a scale, right? What outweighs what in which player, and which players have balance, right? Some players' basketball skill set, their basketball skill set is higher than their athletic skill set. Other players' athletic skill set is higher than their basketball skill set. Often at times, a player's physical skill set can mask and can actually help you get points and things of that nature and help your overall basketball stature. For example, with Giannis, right? When you look at the numbers, keep in mind he's like 6'11", right? 6'11", strong brother. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's look at some numbers. Now, 59% field goal percentage, 59.8, so pretty much 60% field goal percentage. That is incredible. He's shooting 17% from the three-point line, right? Shooting 58% from the, excuse me, hold on. Let me say this shit right, hold on. Shooting 60%, he has a 60% field goal percentage, 60% field goal percentage. He has a 17% three-point percentage. This is this year. He has a 58% free throw percentage, right? He's shooting 47% from the mid-range. Sounds great. However, he shoots 4 mid-range shots a game. He hits one of them. If he takes 4 mid-range shots a game, right? If he hits 2, he's hitting 50%, he's hitting half, but he's missing 3. Again, that's still an increase from hitting 38% from the mid-range just a year ago. When the game is on the line, you cannot put the ball in Giannis Antetokounmpo's hands because he is a liability. That's why the ball goes in Damian Lillard's hands, because Giannis is a liability. During crunch time, you can play hack a Giannis because the motherfucker can't hit free throws. He takes 25 hours just to not hit. I find it embarrassing that professional NBA players can't at least, at minimum, hit 70% of their free throw attempts. That's 7 out of 10 attempts, right? Dude, you are a liability come crunch time, right? Now, here's the thing. Giannis is an incredible help side defender, right? He is becoming a better perimeter defender. Keep in mind, he's a power forward, right? He's 6'11". He's an incredible help defender. He's becoming a better perimeter defender and becoming a better overall low post defender, right? He's going to get you 11, 12 rebounds. He's a hell of a rebounder. That's his physical skill set, his athletic skill set. And his primary points come from in the paint. You know what I'm saying? He gets like, I guarantee he gets like 70% of his points come from, in and around the paint area with the layups, dunks, drives, things of that nature. And it's no shame in that. Because again, he's not hitting consistently from any other part of the basketball court. But every player catches hot from time to time. So, like numbers are a little deceptive, right? At any rate, he's in year 11, right? 11 years in the league. And in your 11th year, you're 58% from the free throw line, 17% from 3-point line. And you've had consistently high field goal percentages, which is from in and around the rim area. So, like, as an overall player, I would take Nikola Jokic over Giannis any day of the week. I'd take a healthy Anthony Davis over Giannis any day of the week. I'd take Victor Wembanyama over Giannis. Okay, I'm bullshit. Well, actually, no, yeah, I would, because Wemby is a better free throw shooter. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to foul him in the post, he can convert with his free throws. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And again, it's not that Giannis is a bad player. He's a good player. He's a hell of a player. For today's NBA, he's a hell of a player. But when I just look at, the numbers, and I look at his physical skill set versus his basketball skill set, it's his physical skill set that gets him his points, not necessarily his basketball skill set. It's all his physical skill set. So I'm sorry, if the ball is not in your hands in the fourth quarter, when your team is down by 1 with 5 seconds to go, I can't consider you a top player in this league. I'm not even a top 5 player. I'm sorry. I can't do that. Right? Kevin Durant has the ball in his hands when the game is on the line. Giannis does not, because he's a liability at any rate. He's a good player, just I don't believe he is as great as everyone makes him out to be. So, with that being said, those are your MVPs. I would like to give you, hold on. I take sips, like in between segments. It kind of helps me with the editing and when I want to do clips. So what I want to do right now, I want to give you my Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards. On a previous episode, I gave you my Mount Rushmore of NBA point guards. For those of you that do not know, Mount Rushmore is a monument in the Dakotas. I think, is it North Dakota? South Dakota? It's in one of the Dakotas. And it's a monument with 4 white men, has the faces of 4 white men who made America great. So it's 4 of them. We don't do top 5s around here. We do 4. So that being said, here is my Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards. We have Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in power. Anyone that knows me know Kobe Bryant has always been my GOAT. I've never liked the next man I'm getting ready to say. Kobe has always been my GOAT. You dig? And it's not just because he is no longer with us. Anyone that knows you, that knows me, knows Kobe has always been my GOAT. Next up, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I don't know why I'm saying these niggas full names and shit like I'm their parents and shit. I ain't give these niggas their names. And anyway, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, whom many consider to be the greatest basketball player ever. I got Kobe. Fuck y'all. Next on the list, and this is a controversial one, Steph Curry. Yes, Steph Curry. Steph Curry, ladies and gentlemen, is not a point guard. Just because he plays the point guard position does not make him a point guard. Steph Curry is an undersized shooting guard with point guard handles. No different than Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson was an undersized shooting guard with point guard handles. I am so sick and tired of this narrative that Steph Curry is a point guard. No, the fuck he is not. Draymond Green is more of a point guard for the Golden State Warriors than Steph Curry. That is a fact. Draymond Green is more of a facilitator than Steph Curry. Than Steph Curry. That is a fact. Steph Curry is not a point guard. Again, he is an undersized shooting guard with point guard handles and size. Last but not least, and this was a tough one, right? This was a tough one. But last but not least, Clyde the motherfucking Glide Drexler. Clyde the Glide Drexler. Member of Phi Slamma Jamma. You understand me? Yeah. So I don't want, for those of you sleeping on Clyde the Glide, you better look up them damn highlights. You better look up them highlights. Clyde was a bad boy. He was a bad man. That boy was a monster in his time. He was the Western Conference MJ. Yeah, I said it. Clyde was a monster. Hey, yo, real quick, Clyde Drexler story. So I used to work security at Local 4 News in Detroit, WDIV. What up, though? Local 4 News. And the big three, they were in town, right? They was promoting. They were in town. And Clyde the Glide Drexler came in because he was promoting and everything like that, right? Ice Cube came the next day. But Clyde was there. And myself and one of the executive producers at the time, I still owed him some money, you know what I'm saying? That's neither here nor there. I got you, pimp. But we was sitting there, we was talking to Clyde, right? Just regular talking, and we asked him about LeBron. We asked him about his championships. Dude was like, he don't even know where his rings are. He don't even give a fuck about the rings. I bullshit you not. He was like, I don't even know where they at. They might be at my parents' house. He don't even know. Clyde Drexler is the coolest, most respectful, most mannerable men I have met. This man, and the stature that he has, amongst, with NBA fans and things of that nature, dude was so down to earth. The shit it was crazy. Just down to earth like a motherfucker, like I'm talking to my boy. You know what I'm saying? And again, I was respectful. The executive producer, young brother, he was respectful. Mr. Drexler, he was respectful. Yo, shout out to Clyde the motherfucking Glide. You my nigga for life. And honorable mention was Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller was a bad boy, and Reggie Miller is who I got my first shooting form from. I still keep the base, the Reggie Miller base. So again, my Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards. Kobe Bean Bryant, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Steph Curry. Yes, he is a shooting guard. Debate me in the comments, motherfuckers. And finally, Clyde the Glide Drexler. Damn right. Honorable mention, Reggie motherfucking Miller. All right. So, real quick, let's go ahead and talk about Monday Night Raw. I got my sponsors coming up in my sports quote today, but we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw for a quick second. So, overall, Monday Night Raw was a pretty good show. The more important moments were, at the beginning of the show, CM Punk came out, You know what I'm saying? CM Punk, he came out and he announced that he's going to enter into the Royal Rumble. Then Seth Rollins came out and said he's going to enter into the Royal Rumble. Then Drew McIntyre came out. It's all at the same time. Then Drew McIntyre came out, said he's going to enter the Royal Rumble. Keep in mind, those three motherfuckers are putting themselves in the Royal Rumble. In addition to Roman Reigns and John motherfucking Cena. God damn. Which one of those motherfuckers are going to win the Royal Rumble, if any? I had this conversation with a friend of mine the other night. He was like, Braun Breaker gonna win the whole damn thing. I could see WWE pulling some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I could see WWE pulling some shit like that. And if you got Braun Breaker win, you're gonna have all those names I spoke of before pretty much like beef with each other within the Royal Rumble, and that's going to create their own little rivalries and storylines heading to WrestleMania. I get it. Personally, I won't see CM Punk to win the motherfucker, and yeah, I won't see CM Punk to win it, you know what I'm saying? Or better yet, I won't see CM Punk to win it so he can go to WrestleMania and headline WrestleMania. He needs to do that. He hasn't done that in his career, you know what I'm saying? And I just want him to do that and win the championship, and that shit gonna be cool. Damian Priest and Finn Balor had a street fight, which ended with what's the boy name? Damian Priest winning. Man, that match was crazy. At one point, Finn Balor, after getting power bomb through off the stage and onto some tables and shit. This motherfucker was in a stretcher. Nigga, Damian Priest said, nah, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. Wheeled that motherfucker all the way down to the ring. Fucking Finn Balor perfectly rolled into the ring and shit. And the motherfucker choke slammed him and did all kinds of shit. It was dope. It was dope. The women's intercontinental champion was crowned, and I couldn't tell you who the fuck it was. That's my misogynistic moment. I didn't even see the shit, but I know somebody became the Intercontinental Champion for the first time. Congratulations to her. Chad Gable, or who I like to call Dwarf Kurt Angle, because that's what WWE's doing to him. They're just repackaging Kurt Angle. So much so, Chad Gable's theme song is damn near similar to Kurt Angle's, to the point to whereas the crowd chants, "You suck, dun dun, you suck, dun dun, you suck, dun dun." He ended up losing to the newest addition to the Raw roster, a luchador who came from AEW, whose name was Pandra, something like that, dressed in all white. I thought the nigga was a nigga, because motherfucker was walking like a pimp and shit like that and throwing up gang signs and shit like that. I was like, what the fuck this nigga doing? This nigga gonna start crip walking. But yeah, he was exciting, high flying, all that good stuff. Overall I give Raw a C. Fuck it, I'll give Raw a B-, because I'm just getting into this shit because it's on Netflix and I can watch it now. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think in the comments about Raw. Did you think it was a good show? Who do you think is going to win the Royal Rumble? Please let me know in the comments. All right. So allow me to take this time to thank our sponsors. These are the entities that keep the lights on here at Coming Through in the Clutch. Winners Only Trophies. If you don't have one, it's because you suck. Pee Wee Football. Your child's road to CTE begins here. And Hoop Dreams. Black kids have them. White kids, not so much. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors. Winners Only Trophies, Pee Wee Football, and Hoop Dreams. Thank you for keeping the lights on here at Coming Through in the Clutch. All right. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and let's go ahead and give you a quick recap before I leave you with the sports quote of the day. First and foremost, our hearts, our prayers, our meditations go out to those who are affected, negatively impacted by the wildfires in the Los Angeles and surrounding areas. To those of you who are grieving, we here are keeping you in our prayers, our thoughts, and our meditations. We know you are going through a difficult time right now. To these celebrities that are being negatively impacted by the wildfires in Los Angeles and surrounding areas, that's what you motherfuckers get for going to Diddy parties. Uh, NFL divisionals, NFL divisionals of this coming weekend. Oh, baby, and it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I'm just hoping the teams that I chose, because I can't remember because I'm kind of high, the teams I chose, I hope they win. Look here, the NCAA football championship is on Martin Luther King Day. That's the 20th, Martin Luther King Day. There's going to be an ass whooping on Martin Luther King Day, which is ironic than a motherfucker. But someone is going to achieve their dream. Hopefully, it's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. When it comes to the NBA, the top six in each conference are the top six. If the playoffs ended today on the East, I want for the Detroit Pistons and Atlanta Hawks to be the final two teams. And in the West, I want the Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves to make up the final two teams. When it comes to the MVP, you got SGA, Nikolai, Giannis, Jason Tatum, and it's one more motherfucker. Oh, Shy, Nikolai, Giannis, Jason Tatum. Oh, damn, I forgot the fourth one. Oh, well, y'all forgot the last one. You know who the fuck you are. It really don't matter. My Mount Rushmore of NBA shooting guards, Kobe Bean Bryant, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, um, Steph Curry. Yes, he is a shooting guard, not a point guard. And Clyde the Glide Drexler. WWE Raw, overall, pretty good show. I give it a B minus. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk's in the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre's in the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins in the Royal Rumble, John Cena's in the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns is in the Royal Rumble. Whoo! With all that star power, who's gonna win? Let me know. Also, hell of a match between Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Good job, Damian Priest. Way to come out on top. I would like to thank our sponsors, Winners Only Trophies, Pee Wee Football, and Hoop Dreams. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I get up out of here, allow me to play my sports quote of the day. Today's sports quote is a short one, but it comes courtesy of one Stone Cold Steve Austin, the motherfucking rattlesnake. This quote happened after he won the, if I'm not mistaken, 96 King of the Ring, if I'm not mistaken, 96 King of the Ring. Shit, hold up. So yeah, this quote, sports quote of the day, comes from Stone Cold Steve Austin. It happened after he won the 1996 King of the Ring. He defeated Jake the Snake Roberts. Many say this promo is the day the Attitude Era was born. Many say this is the day Austin 316 was born. Many say this is the day the legend of Stone Cold started. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn this up a little bit. We're going to turn this up all the way. I'm gonna go ahead, turn this microphone over here just a little bit round yonder. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit round yonder. Y'all don't hear this shit. Nice and clear like, nice and clear like. All right, round yonder. Here we go. Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stunning every goddamn body. He don't give a fuck. My mans. Let's get it.
The fourth prestigious King of the Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, an incredible victory.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF. Because I've proved, son, without a shadow of a doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just whipped your ass.
Come on, that's not necessary.
All he's got to do is go buy him a cheap bottle of Thunderbird and try to dig back some of that courage he had in his prime. As the king of the ring, I'm serving notice to every one of the WWF superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and that's Stone Cold's list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them. As far as this championship match is considered, son, I don't give a damn if it's Davey Boy Smith or Shawn Michaels. Steve Austin's time has come. And when I get the shot, you're looking at the next WWF champion. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Obviously anything but humble. The fourth prestigious King of the Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yo, so here's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, when Stone Cold said, and Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass, that was on the spot. And also, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so on the spot. That's why that man is on the Mount Rushmore. Ooh. Next week, Mount Rushmore of WWE superstars. It's only 4. Woo! That, ladies and gentlemen, has been another episode of Coming Through in the Clutch. I thank you for tuning in. Let me know in the comments what you think. Remember, when the game is on the line, I take the last shot, because I always come through in the clutch. And that's the bottom line, because Akil said so.